it won't seem down.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think our students have a lot to think about. Ma'am, you have been called somewhat of a champion of mental health rights and mental health advocate. Following the tragic suicide of the young lawyer in Nainital, you took suo motu cognizance of that, and you said that we must set up some kind of counseling centers for people. So could you shed some light on that? Because mental health is a huge issue these days.
India, international level. I have a cousin who settled in Canada. They made an app which can be hired by a head of a corporate office. I'm not talking of government, whatever. And then they associate all the employees and get a weekly report of their mental health. If somebody is suffering, because everybody can't go home and say I'm cribbing or I'm under stress, because nobody at home will. Job is your duty, you're doing it. So that is done at the international level. And in India, the only thing is that every institute has a lot of human beings. We have a lot of human beings who are psychologists and all. So mental health is the main issue at international level, even in India. It was by chance that I was in Nainital, things are very peaceful. You know, hilly areas are very peaceful. Even in that place, one young girl, 29-year-old lawyer, committed suicide because there was a fight in the house. Parents were fighting, whatever it is. And my researchers and all, there was a boy and a girl, they used to sit with her and have lunch. She never shared any problem with them at all. And because she was not enrolled with the bar, she was just a first year student who had come. There was no formal setting, there was no formal this called condolences for her because she was not member of the bar. So I felt as a human being she was part, but I didn't want to comment on it. So apart from that girl, there was a young judicial officer in UP who committed suicide. She was not even married, she was posted wherever it was. And she was also around 30, unmarried girl. After clearing the exam and getting a posting, she committed suicide. So these were two examples within my 9 months, which I actually saw. And they don't talk to their friends also. Nobody can say why was she. So nobody talks, that has to be accepted. But people are under mental depression, whatever, that's a reality. So suo motu liya tha because lawyers की community में counseling का कोई provision नहीं है. There was a counselor appointed in the High Court where on Saturday, Sunday the police people would come for counseling. On Saturdays, because police people have a lot of stress at their duty hours and we take it for granted, then so what? So that is the new thing. It will take time to grow. So that's why we took it suo motu that every place, institute should have a counseling center where a young person can go and interact, because hospital mein stigmatic ho jata hai, nobody goes to hospitals, but they need it. Now I'll share it with you. Even in Chandigarh High Court we have counselors, and I was here on a vacation from Nainital. I was here for 4-5 days. Young lawyers came and asked me, ma'am, can we also go for counseling? I said, I can't say because I'm out of the High Court. Now you have to meet the person who's concerned. So even here, young lawyers had wanted to, you can go for counseling. So this is a reality, this can't be ignored. It has to be followed. Now this can't be followed here because this is an institute, that's something different. But here as a student, you have to only just go to the grassroots level since you were adopted, so that you know how the things are going in 5 years. Doing a job becomes much more easier. It becomes much more easier. So ground reality ho, then you know you are luckier than thousands of people. So then you do your job also more happily.
For the benefit of the audience, let me share that this particular instance that ma'am is sharing about, where young lawyers approached her. There's an interview also on YouTube where young lawyers were interviewing ma'am, so you can go and watch that. Ma'am, you said something very beautiful that police people have a lot of stress. Haven't we become a society which glorifies people who are overstressed or burnt out with work?
It's not glorifying whatever. In the Mental Health Act of 2017, there is a provision which provides that every institute should have a friendly environment, happy environment where people can come and sit after them doing their job and they can interact and release their stress. This is mandatory, nobody follows, that's something different, and students don't have to follow because you are students. So that has nothing to do with your life. You have to come study and go back home in your own house, but it has to be in a working environment. I don't know about university, whatever. So that is part of the act. Follow jab hoga to hoga, but that is need of the hour. because we implemented there in Nainital, in Dehradun, whatever, we told and it was so good that the administration, that the government had sanctioned the post of councillors for 3 years with very good salary. And every district level we had councillors, so that anybody, employee, apart from the litigant who needs counselling, should come there without hesitation. Because going to a hospital is stigmatic. If your family knows, your friends, neighbors, they'll all say he goes to a psychologist. So going to another institute is not stigmatic. So we have to say something the latest which will take time to grow, but it is required.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, greetings, ma'am. Actually, I agree with what Supreet ma'am said. Like, we often glorify the people who overwork and who overstretch themselves and label them as hardworking. But we don't see the cost behind that hard work.
See, you are not supposed to see their cost at all. That's what I'm saying. He has to see himself. He's responsible for his mental health.
Ma'am, but
You are not responsible. Glorify is something different. What is glorified on YouTube, there are so many podcasts, whatever preachings are done. Even I have seen a lot of podcasts after retirement because we didn't have time. That is their responsibility, that's not yours. But as an individual, you will see that even if your friends, if somebody is in stress, they will never share it with you.
Ma'am, because we don't have a conducive environment, because we often don't focus on the struggles that go behind the glamorous screens.
See, that's what I'm saying. You have to put the harsh reality down. See the people who are suffering. You see the laborers working. They don't lack vitamin D because they work under the sun. They don't have high blood pressure because they are working and then they sleep happily at night. They also bring up their children with the same attention, same love and affection which is given by ours and yours parents. But they do it. We don't see their lifestyle, what tough life they have. We don't. That's why for the youth, it's important they associate, they make a community. What 20 people can do, one can't do. If you want to help somebody alone, you can help with 1,000 rupees. If you are 20 students, you can help with 20,000 rupees.
Right.
So as a community, you have to now, because you have all the infrastructure, you have institute, you have rooms, you have halls, everywhere you can sit and have a meeting. Once you leave this institute, you can't come back and do meeting here. Everybody will go in different directions. Somebody will go abroad, somebody will do whatever. But as long as you are here, you can do something and then you will feel you are better off. How we feel, I'll tell you, as a lawyer, we never went to any jails because we were only doing our legal work in the office, we used to get files. The moment you start visiting jails, you interact with them, then you see majority of the people, their needs are very simple. They're very simple needs. And if those simplicity needs are met out, crime can be reduced. So it is not, and that is something different. You can be more happier than what you are today. If you see their lifestyle and you see yours, then you can be here happier 10 times more. And that is what is need of the hour. Stress levels are there, but that has to be released by realities which people are facing, which we have never seen. We also saw as a judge a lot of realities which as a student we never saw, as a lawyer we never saw. That's why now they have taken the step. So you have to start meeting people, grassroots level, with your friends as a community.
Right, ma'am.
So community is something which can do a lot of things,
Right.
and that's all.
Very well said.
wants to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, you were talking about mental health of the employees, but in Panjab University, we feel that youngsters must not be feeling stressed. But
Young?
these students must not be feeling so much stressed. But in Panjab University, I'm the mental health coordinator also being
Okay.
dean. So we have to have a coordinator for the mental health of the students. Every day we get 25 students. We have 2 counselors. So there are lots of stress, and I would also like to add that boys are more rather than girls.
Now I'll share with you one. Now that you have taken up because you are all involved in it. When I was in Nainital, we asked our researchers to take up the data. Now I'll tell you the help of how youngsters can help us. We can't do it ourselves. I'm telling you very frankly. In 2022, in the entire country, there were 1,70,000 suicides, right? And 70% were boys. Why? Because they don't speak so much. Women still, catharsis कहते हैं इसको, they sit with friends, they go wherever. अब now a person who's head of the family or he's running the whole family, if he wants to share his stress, then they'll all start pitying him. Nobody wants pity from anybody, from your family members, from your. So 70% were men. So mental health का जो data है वो इतना है, so उसके लिए that's why we say ना कि you have to work on it. A student of IIT commits, anybody for that matter, because it is only 5 minutes. If there's somebody to help you, those 5 minutes you will change your mind. You will come back, you will not kill yourself. So that is something which is to be worked on. If the students are coming, so you are the best person, you know the reality. And what is the cause of stress? You tell us now.
Ma'am, family issues are also there sometimes because now we have divided families. So they don't get support from the parents also. There are lots of peer pressure, they have work stress, they have stress from their teachers also sometimes.
But this is a
relationship,
very good
relationship
suggestion,
issues.
ma'am.
Relationship issues.
See, I don't want to go into details because I am not expert on this. You are dealing with
Lots
the
of
department.
issues.
So that is why I was telling all of them, if you go to the grassroots level,
Yeah.
interact with them, you will see they are in a worse condition than you, but still they have hope. There was a colony which has now been broken by the administration near 25 sector. So it was opposite cremation ground. So हमारे पास तो videos हैं. We had interacted, with the whole team. We had gone, and the girls were speaking in English. Can you beat it? I mean, sitting here, can you imagine a child studying in a government school and staying in a colony which has been now broken? Where they have gone, God alone knows. And they were saying we have a dream of becoming a police inspector. So उनकी भी dreams हैं. So अगर वो tough time में, rather I feel those people will do better in life because they are used to tough life. In today's world, people are not used to tough life.
Actually, ma'am, this is a very good point.
Yes.
In fact, I was thinking that we will also make some arrangement in UILS on a more permanent basis.
It has to be.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
this is-
In fact, I'd like to share with students also. In fact, I had invited the counselor Pulkita Wadhwa to UILS under the Dean Student Welfare Office. But I think that what we need to create an environment where we make them comfortable that it is okay to come and talk.
Yes.
You know how many people showed up for that particular session? 2.
One counselor was a faculty member.
So it's up to one student. See, that's what I'm saying, no? अब university में तो I can't give orders because मेरे order की कोई value नहीं है. The thing is, if you have a room which has got a happy environment and the counselor is there, सबके घरों में problems हैं because it's a small family now. We are used to living in big family and we are used to sleeping on the gadda downstairs because there were no beds available. इतने guests आते थे. So that made our mind more strong. No?
Yes.
We were used to sharing. Now the children are in a different world. Don't want to comment on anybody's perks, whatever it is. They don't like interference. They don't like people asking questions.
Right.
So that is to be broken, no?
Yes, ma'am. Let's change gears a little bit because this has become very intense.
No,
So,
but you'll have to do it.
yes, of
otherwise-
course, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. Suggestion well taken. We'll definitely follow it up. Ma'am, moving on to a slightly lighter issue.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, in the 80s, the bar was mostly male dominated. So, what was it like to wear a robe at that time? Were they intimidated by you?
No, not at all. From a junior counsel, whether it's a boy or a girl, nobody's intimidated. It's a tough life. It's a tough life for a lawyer to start struggling. And if your senior lawyer trusts you, he'll give you the files, read it well, because reading well, preparing is your main work. Nothing will come automatically to your mind and the question which the judge will ask you. So we, as a young lawyer, I can share with you, I had worked with Mr. Salimi. He was in our neighborhood. So he would give us files, we would check the files, do their page marking, everything. And sitting in court makes you more intelligent because you see when the case is taken up, what are the questions being asked? And the lawyer will answer it. So you learn sitting in court only. Sitting out and having coffee is something different, that also you need. But sitting in court makes you learn a lot. So that profession is not that difficult. It's not that difficult at all. But it depends on your passion. If you want to work, because this profession requires the whole day in court and the evening in lawyer's chamber. If you have the passion, then you can enjoy it. इतना भी कोई मुश्किल नहीं है.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, one of my students is doing a research on women in legal profession. She's doing a PhD. And she has collected the data and one of the major problems which she has listed is that the procurement of cases by women is a big problem.
Just that's not only procurement, I'm saying otherwise also.
And she also mentioned networking by women is another problem, that women do not interact with men and they do not get cases. And the third is that, sorry, I will come later, but you can answer this.
Third is what?
I'll just come.
In the meantime,
While ma'am comes back to that, ma'am.
See, the third is to set up an office in High Court in Chandigarh requires a lot of money. See, as a junior, you'll go to somebody else's office, work hard in the evening, whatever, but the moment you want to be independent, you need a personal office, you need a library. Then, of course, what we are saying is real interaction, going to district courts, meeting. So, communication, meeting is like any other profession, it is
And then the
required.
third is that the trust by male clients over the female advocate. That women clients will give case to women advocate and they do not trust, the men do not trust women advocates.
See, this much experience मुझे तो इतना नहीं है because I
But
was.
this is data collection which she has got it. She has highlighted these three issues.
So then the idea, then back to square one, you have to build your own personality. So you have to see, now there are so many lawyers who are expected who do pro bono work. Even in this legal profession, there are some litigants who can't pay the fee. Some do pro bono, some don't do. So for a young lawyer, if you are secured from your background, if you don't have that, you can do pro bono work. There are a lot of people who can't pay money and they are rotting in jails.
And on why procurement of cases is a challenge for women.
It is a challenge for men also, but especially a person who's in the first generation. But then back to square one, your communication, your interaction, helps everywhere. So उसमें कोई बात नहीं है. It's all right.
In fact, ma'am has talked about stipend for young lawyers very voraciously.
That's a separate issue for all lawyers, all young lawyers. That's a separate issue. Today we are here interacting how you can grow in this profession as a human being, as a personality. You're studying here for 5 years, go to the ground level, see the realities. And once you see the realities, I can share with you, when we were studying law, we went to a village only once. Somewhere close to Chandigarh, we were taken only once. Now I feel maybe those times are different. Now is the time when they should go more often. 5 years they are here for what? There are so many litigations which are confined to village level. There are so many litigations which are confined to cities, subject wise. Revenue litigation is village wise. And you will see now the time is that promotion is being made that ADR should be now promoted, that all out of court settlements should be done of petty disputes. So that's a separate project altogether, but grassroots level पे हम तो 1 and 3 years गए थे. I think now that the legal age has taken over, you should go to villages and see what is the nature of litigation, what is their demand, and what the government is not doing. Talk of cases, just see how the government is running in this country, how things are being done. You can do things what you understand. You all can do things better. It's all to say, promote, whatever. This is being done, this is being done. In reality, if you go and see, things are not so complicated. You see, Swami Vivekananda ka tha ek function, so usme we had gone. So I had read a book. My mother gave me a small book. इनका पढ़ लो. His main thing was कि जो problems होती हैं, उनके solutions practical होते हैं. If you keep complicating problems,
Very well said.
you are confusing the whole nation. And legal profession का ये है, आप ये देखो, as a lawyer, you can deal with the case of a doctor also, of an engineer also, of a businessman also, of anybody who's committed murder also. There's nothing wrong. Murder हो गया तो हो गया ना, उसने अब उसको वकील तो चाहिए. So your exposure is in all branches. So if you have to see this from this viewpoint, you are very powerful, provided you work with passion.
Right. Thank you.
And as 5 years also there, you can do a lot of work.
Thank you so much, ma'am. One last question from my side, which is very close to my heart, and then I'll let the audience take over. Ma'am, at your swearing-in ceremony at the Uttarakhand High Court, you said that your daughter, Prachi Bahri, had inspired you to and encouraged you to take up the post of Chief Justice. Could you tell us a little bit about that mother-daughter empowerment
Do
bond?
you know what she said, what I said there?
Ma'am, we researched very well.
Oh my God. अब I don't know कितनी research इसकी होगी. See, because she is very passionate about helping people. उसको humanity के लिए बहुत है. So when I was there, so she didn't seriously go to the High Court so much. She went for 2 years and she wanted to do something else. She's an influencer. She does a lot of work. उसने बहुत काम किया हुआ है. She's learned how to make a 1-minute video from a company based in Singapore during COVID, and so a lot of passions are there. So humanity का मतलब ये है, you should go out and give. So we started giving blankets to these poor people who sleep on rickshaws and all during night in winters. पहले कभी नहीं किया था. As student we never thought on this subject. I'm being very frank. But youth आजकल different है. They are very. Some of them have this deep-rooted thinking process होता है. So when you do this at young age, that's what I'm telling all the young students. You can receive and you can feel more satisfied. Then you will not be frustrated. So she was the one who motivated at that time, and we started doing it. Then during COVID, we also went to distribute. You know, Diwali time, COVID में क्या celebration थी? Because of her, we went and distributed good sweaters, new sweaters we got from Ludhiana. We went with an NGO to Mohali, some villages. So sharing is something which I've learned because she is very fond of it. So sharing can be done by 40 people better than one person. One person can do only, there are 40 hands and there are 40 people, then even little bit contribution, you can change a lot of things. So that motivation has to be there. So we are doing it till now. Abhi bhi, she likes to go for Langar Seva and all. Even I do it now, I'm retired. So we like to do it. So this should be part of everybody. So people are there, all the youth as of today is not into spiritualism. This is what I have seen. यहाँ पे नहीं दिखता था because we were working in office, tight office, you know, as a lawyer also. But when we went to Nainital, वहाँ पर बहुत कुछ आता है. Really, Baba, I was surprised. So many young people go now. So the change is there in the whole thing, and that makes a lot of your brain lots more positive. Your socializing is very important. You help. If there are about 100 students, if you help somebody today, you can go to 5-star and enjoy. That's a good quality. Help also and then enjoy also. But only making money through wrong means. I can say one more line which is very tough, which I feel now after seeing so much. We as legal services chairman, we interacted with even sex workers, women, and their children separately. And there was no negativity in them because they were doing out of compulsion for their families. So I personally, I can say now that it's all, I respect them more than a corrupt intellectual. That's all, that's the end. So I don't know what the youth want, but those sex workers, I respect them more than a corrupt person who's educated, who's got everything, still he's corrupt. God save him, leading a beggar's life. I respect her much more. This is my individual view, it has nothing to do with others. But we've interacted with 30 of them. Children were separate, they were singing songs for the country, Vande Mataram. And they have, I just thought, what is your society is giving back to your family? But they also go to schools. उनको help करते हैं, NGOs हैं यहाँ पर. But everybody, they don't sell their souls. Those sex workers don't sell their soul. A person who's corrupt is selling his soul. He's a beggar. That's all. This I've said for the first time after retirement of more than a year. During that, because it's easy to interact with the younger one because you will not keep anything in your mind as a bias or whatever. It's a viewpoint.
We have a question here.
Yes.
Very good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I'm Lavish Kurma, a third-year law student. We have been aware that you have been both a part of the bar and the bench. So many a times this suggestion has been put on the students that you should go for district court practice first before coming to the High Court. And according to my limited knowledge, you began with the Panjab and Haryana High Court practice. So will you give the same suggestion to the students today?
See, we are giving much more than that. कि 5 years तुम यहाँ पर पढ़ रहे हो, grassroots level पे जाओ and देखो which way the wind is going, how things can be solved. And what problems people, we are giving you much more, not only district court तो एक साल कर लोगे, that is only to give you the knowledge how the district court works. If you have a passion of coming to high court में वो litigation है जो district court में होती नहीं, taxation is not in district courts at all. There are certain subjects which are only in writ court, they are not in district court, so there are various things. It all depends on how you want to go about it. So, and maybe you do something and you'll rise in somewhere else. It's a big sea. So as a student, we were exposed less to the ground reality. This is what I want. It should be exposure. It should be ज़्यादा. अगर गवर्नमेंट सैंक्शन करती है बजट, तो वो बजट आपके पैसे से ही है, वो पहुंच रहा है कि नहीं पहुंच रहा. थोड़ा सा कर लोगे, हॉबी है, it's like enjoying life. But working in the district court, yes, sometimes it helps also. You've done your grassroots work, nothing wrong, and then come to high court.
Thank you, ma'am.
And another thing, the most important thing I can share now with you is, even as a judge, when you do cases, when you decide, it's with the help of two lawyers. If they are prepared well, it makes it much more easier for us. So a lawyer is a responsible, he is the very important part of the judiciary. So once you work well, then you can, then the judge will look at you with a lot of confidence. Yes, he was well prepared and he helped. So that is very common, you know. It's not, it's an informal, it's a formal court, but lawyers are the one, if they are prepared, then the case is decided very quickly. Forget the stakes also. If a case has a stake of 1,000 crore, when both the lawyers are prepared, it can be done quickly. But if a case is of a smaller stature, but if the lawyer is not prepared, even that can't be. So lawyers play a big role, much big role.
Thank you, ma'am. You have certainly motivated us to
Incidentally,
go to the grassroots level.
I read the same thing in Professor Balram Gupta's book also, that lawyers are there to assist the court. So that's something that...
Assist means you assist in getting the judgment, you assist in your litigant, and that is what the judge is supposed to do. He's supposed to work for giving whatever the correct order. So lawyer has an equal role to play.
So there's a huge responsibility resting on all of you.
So it's contributing only, basically contributing, yes.
Next question. Yes, Rasha.
A very good morning, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful interaction with us. And given your vast experience in this field of law, the free spirit that you still possess is really commendable. Free spirit. No, interacting with you, like...
Yeah. See, the first thing I thought, I've come to this university post-retirement for the first time, and the first thing I saw was the student center. I said, wow. So no, I'll go with my batchmates because most of them are here, because you want to revive your old memories. There's nothing wrong.
Definitely.
So reviving your old memories makes you feel so happy.
Definitely, yeah. So like you made mention of your daughter also being very much inclined towards spiritualism.
Yes.
And also being a lawyer. The same cases with me, and so my father seldom tells me that you have entered into a very wrong field, which is completely opposite to your personality. You will be interacting with a lot of people who might, take your energy to really low levels. So is there any one principle of maintaining the work-life balance that you followed throughout your journey, which you would also like to
I
pass
was not
on
a
to us?
spiritual person, I'm being very frank. इतना ज़्यादा नहीं था every day का उसमें. The only thing is you have to balance. If you want to help, see, even as a doctor, अगर डॉक्टर किसी की सर्जरी करके उसकी जान बचा लेता है, वो स्पिरिचुअलिज्म नहीं है, वो मेडिटेशन ही करता है. Meditation is not that you keep sitting in a room alone and then you are taking name of the. That's okay. That you can do for your own mindset so that you lead a positive. But a doctor, even a carpenter, if he's making something for somebody, a laborer has done this building, this is all meditation. This amounts to meditation only. And so this is prayer. So if you want to do some work, you are helping somebody, that's also prayer and meditation. So don't let the energies affect you. Keep your energies double, triple high, and that is how you grow stronger. Spiritualism is very good. It only helps you see the realities. Your mind gets more stronger. But then it's all meditation. Doing work is also meditation.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you.
Right, Rasha, you also stepped in the bottle by saying free spirit. When I went to meet ma'am, I said, ma'am, women empowerment team. The women are already empowered.
True. You see, 60% women in judiciary as of today, they give exams, they come. Women empowerment ke liye, I don't know how to say it, but they are powerful now. I can say if a litigation used to come in my court where there were only 2 daughters and they had some matrimonial dispute. I said, you like 2 sons. So why are you feel stronger? That's all. Families are so small now. I don't know the advantages or disadvantages, but then that criteria should be taken up.
Okay, Manraj has a question. Manraj has a question.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Manraj Singh Chaudhary and I'm a second year law student at UILS only. First of all, the interaction today was one of the best like I've got in a long time, because it evoked a sentimental aspect of me. Because the family from where I come from, for example, my dad and my grandfather, their entire thing was towards serving the country and being good humans in general.
They were in the army?
My grandfather, yes, ma'am.
So then...
And ma'am, therefore, but my interest as of now, they're towards the commercial side, the corporate side. So I have this sense, or the sense of fear, that if I tread down that same trajectory, it might bring out the capitalist in me, or like that sense of ruthlessness where I might forget my roots in terms of helping the people. And like something along the lines that I will help the rich be more richer, because that is the kind of essence which is found in the corporate world. So how do I resonate back and come back? Because hearing you, it helped me introspect that if that happens, if I go completely into the corporate world, I leave a part of my legacy which I have been taught since day one.
See, there are two things to it. If you are doing law and if you enjoy it, there are two things. Ek hoti hai enjoyment. If you enjoy doing what you are studying, you do what you are enjoying. If you want to help the society, now that you asked such an important question, for that also you need money. A beggar can't help anybody. So making money is nothing wrong. What gives you happiness, what work gives you happiness, do that. You can do anything. So whether your father and grandfather has been in army, that's something to be proud of. They've served the country on a different level. Because I personally believe a person, a Jawan who dies on the border, he's given his life for everybody. Not for only intellectuals, even for a laborer or whatever, they give life for everybody. And that is why I believe, this is one of the reasons I didn't want to preach it like this. That's why I feel if you're studying here, you should give back, because the country is equal for everybody. So go at the grassroots level, meet people, interact with them. If you can help a student pays, we know an NGO, they pay fee to a student in engineering college because he can't afford fees. They are just so hard. So everybody can't die on the border, but civil society should, I mean, I can be very bold, they should get up and start doing their duties, that's all.
Now if I could share one
Yes.
small instance.
Yes.
In class 11, I had taken up the medical stream. I was very sure that I want to be a doctor, I'll be a good doctor. But what happened was, my parents were like, no, you take up humanities, that's like a better way of life. And my mom was too much, give you PhD, I want you to do that. But my dad was always along the lines that, look son, that is a different area of life. It's very difficult to kind of maintain your humanity or your sense of simplicity and making sure that the system doesn't corrupt you. And he was like, be a lawyer. In that way, you can do whatever you want, like do whatever in terms of ethically, you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
So I totally agree. Like a corrupt person, nowhere in the minds of people should be given the same status of someone who is.
Status की बात नहीं मैं कर रही हूँ. I'm talking about my mind.
Yes.
You respect a sex worker more. It's my mind. I'm not saying you should also think like that. No preaching. What you are saying is also like, if you like to do something out of our passion, you can also help the society. This is what I'm saying. Even the civil society can help what army people do by giving their life. And we have seen our court. These Jawans who have died, their families suffer a lot. It's very easy to say army people give everything. No, they suffer a lot. At the grassroots level, if you will go to villages, since legal services में आप किसी भी village में 2-3 भी देखोगे ना army की widows रहती हैं, बहुत exploitation है. I'm saying it because you are the one who's come and आपने चढ़ा ये topic. So that's what I'm saying. If you go to grassroots level and see, then going to court, doing work becomes very easy. You see the tough life. So you have to also see like any other person a tough life. And then once you go to court or you become a judicial officer, things will flow faster. And a lot of time is, now I can share with you finally, even the pending cases, whatever, only the lawyers can help in reduce the areas. You see, lakhs of cases are there, 50 judges can't do it, 60. They're urgent matters, everyday cases are so much, it's the lawyers as a community, they have to get together and then solve it and set an example for the other country, for the whole country. They can do it if they want to.
Thank you, that was very reassuring.
That's
Coming to pendency.
Now the lawyer has come on.
So, a model lawyer, I would say. So, since we're talking about pendency now, the artificial intelligence, AI and digitization, do you help? It is going to help with the pendency, reducing the pendency.
See, my knowledge of AI is very low, but I do know whatever subject you type, they give you some answer. That's what I'm saying. The younger generation, if they want, even as lawyers, they can associate with engineers who are doing artificial intelligence. You can do things which the future older generation can't even think because आपके पास time भी है and you have time to grow. A lot of things can be done. People can come and meet me. I can do my pro bono work also, but it should be done. I mean, आपको छोटा सा example है. लोगों के घर में किसी की डेथ होगी, उसके MSCT का केस पड़ा हुआ, उसको enhanced compensation नहीं मिली. उनको भी पैसे की जरूरत है. This is a common man thing. And there are people from army. They've retired. वो disability pension नहीं लगी because it was not big during the tenure or at the time of recruitment. अब बहुत judgments आ गई हैं. It doesn't make a difference. तो अगर 2 केस हमने कर लिए, अगर 50 पेंडिंग है तो 50 इकट्ठे करो और करवा लो. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को यूज करने का भी तरीका होना चाहिए ना. So I as a person can help in that because my own passion would be a common man should get his release, but you have to help. The lawyer community can do it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this really enjoyable and thought-provoking session. But before we go, call me selfish, but every time I am in the presence of a legal luminary like Professor Balram K. Gupta, I can't help myself but call him to the dais to share a few words. Please, sir.
Indeed, it was a joyful, wonderful hour. Every moment of it, so informal, one-to-one, the interaction took place. Interaction which was useful, meaningful, constructive. Whenever she is sitting, I'm staying. Be it the classroom or the courtroom. Let me share a few aspects this morning. You know, the seniors need to play a very positive role in building up the younger part. Senior, when I use this expression, not only the designated ones, the others also who have experience at the bar. Sharing my own experience, I'm waiting at the court for my own case, and I find a young lawyer arguing very well. He does it well. I would go out with him, pat him, encourage him, and would tell him, if you ever need any such help, don't hesitate. That's the kind of a role which the seniors need to play in building up the younger part. You know, this kind of encouragement right at the beginning of the career is important. As it was said, be passionate about the work. You need to be serious. I find many, they are casual. They feel, oh, it's the senior who is to argue the case. I don't need to work on it. That approach is not good. Be prepared so that you can actually help assess the senior. Normally, they look forward to the financial aspect. Nothing wrong with that. But what happens is, the senior says, if you would be of help to me, I would be of help to you. That's the approach. Take the profession seriously. Enjoy the profession. And I wish you a very bright future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your very encouraging and insightful words. What we give to our students in class are lectures. But what ma'am, you and what sir, you have shared today are life lessons. And I'm sure this is something that they will take with them wholeheartedly, not as a matter of syllabus. So my dear students, just to say what ma'am has already told you, please start sharing with each other, start talking to each other. We are in a department where I suppose none of the boys has ever been told this, that boys don't cry. Crying is the biggest medicine that you give to yourself as a prevention, but not as a cure. So my dear students, let us be the first ones to come out of the ambit of at least not being ones who are mentally tired. So that we are an asset to the society. We are an asset to our siblings. We are an asset to the people around us. Ladies and gentlemen, our worthy guests of the day, I take this opportunity on behalf of our worthy director, Professor Dr. Shruti Bedi, Dr. Supreet, the faculty in charge, Moot Court Society, my entire team of Moot Court Society, our worthy faculty members present here, and the entire students to officially present the vote of thanks. Ma'am, I also request you to please come ahead so that we may at least felicitate you with a small gratitude, with a bouquet and a gift. Thank you so much for your presence and your valuable time. May I please request Navneet ma'am, Professor Bharat, Professor Zabina, and the entire team of MCS to please join.
MCS, come on. This is the moment.
MCS,
Come on, MCS.
this is the only opportunity you have. Please come ahead to have a formal picture with our guest.
Come at the back.
Yes, get on the stage. It's a privilege you have for today to have a perfect picture.
I think we can take this. Just take a